Hi, Suresh.
Hi.
Srikanth, are you there?
Hey, I'm this Shiva.
Yeah.
Suresh, can you just show me your government ID, Aadhaar or PAN?
Yeah, I am not sure that. Please 2 minutes. I'll show that.
Fine, Suresh, you can just continue the discussion, Shiva. I'll take the screenshot offline and send it to you. Okay?
Okay, okay.
Suresh?
Yeah.
You are there.
Not an issue. I'll take offline, Suresh, the
Okay,
screenshot.
okay. I am
Shiva, you can just continue the discussion, Shiva.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sure. Then. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks.
Suresh, let me open your CV. So you have 4 years of experience.
Yeah.
1 second. Yeah, PDF file. It's already there. So you are working as a DevOps engineer. Which organization? 1 second.
Shiva.
Okay, no issues. Who is our client?
My client is Euronaut and US based.
Okay, fine, no problem.
This is a product based company right now, but some US banks and stock exchanges where.
Okay, for our skill set, what we are looking at is just let me introduce myself. I'm working for a Capgemini past 1 year.
Good. Okay.
For past 1 year, and I'm working in a HSBC account from UK.
Okay.
So I'm based out of UK. So we are trying to recruit actually for a different divisions, DevOps engineers and as well as a SRE specialist.
Okay.
You might have seen the job description. What kind of job description you have seen it?
I am CI/CD process. I have doing in particular.
No. I'm talking about the job description. Did Capgemini recruitment team they shared you the job description?
Is no.
Not yet. Huh?
Not at all. Is a resume preference to below of my resume send. That is the basic issue. Basic information there. My side of information.
Yeah. But the job description they might have advertised something, right?
Yeah.
The job description, what exactly the requirements are from the client, etc. Did they share to you?
No.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Then how did your CV is shortlisted? Based on what skill set?
It is the doing in my resume skill set.
Okay, resume skill set. Okay. I understand. Okay, do you know Java language?
I am doing in Python. Some basics
Python.
of
What?
It's doing in Linux based applications, shell scripting are there my side. But primarily I am shifting to Python and basics and logics of build triggers. It is the parametric builds. That type of automation purpose too I am using. My sort of SRE engineers are using, but some scripts are day-to-day activities. Some portion of there in.
Okay, suppose for example, if Java debugging, do you know the Java debugging?
No, Java application is not doing that. My process.
Okay, I understand. What exactly we are looking into it as a part of the SOP. There are 2 positions are there with me, SRE engineer and as well as a DevOps engineer.
Yes. Okay.
So, what is your joining date, notice period?
My notice period is 15th May.
You already having an offer?
Yes.
Okay. So why you are given an interview actually, although you are having an offer?
Actually, I am doing in a better my growth, better height purpose and my skills to improve. It is the doing in one branded company. I am my goal, my ability to understand what the outside the world is exposed to my knowledge.
Okay. So May 15th is your joining date, right?
Yes.
Suppose the offer you like it and actually we like it. Okay. See, there are 2 positions are there. SRE guys, there is a Java code debugging and as well as understanding the Java code, etc. is very much required. and what they are looking at is actually jar files installation and other things. So are you
Yes, yes.
exposed to
Yes, I
Java
was
technologies
doing
at
in
all?
basically, I'm not a Python applications. There is not doing in, but scripting ways I have to do with some builds and triggers. Is a CI/CD pipeline flow is some portion of curl and Python scripting. That is my side.
Current for
The
this.
entirely Java project. It is the entirely Java code is build and trigger in the deployment of applications. That is my side.
But
I
that is for your side. So from your side, suppose
Okay.
a Git repository is there, which is a Java source page,
Yes.
and you need to debug that particular code. Some problems happened in the production. You need to debug that particular code and assign actually along with the help of production support guys. You need to able to discuss with the DevOps.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Have you done that
Collaborate.
kind of work?
Yes. Yes. Collaborating with other teams. That doing in a network team and my side of a cloud enrollment team. It is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
development team and a testing team. It is all our day-to-day activities. My side of a collaboration. You have to any issues there is side of that ticket raising in Jira, but that ticket is resolved that way. That assigning that particular person in the DevOps engineer team, that person is doing that way.
Okay,
It is
that's
a
fine.
server issues.
So you have never done Java debugging. Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine then. Okay, I think I can't consider you for a SRE engineer, but a DevOps engineer I can consider. Let's see whether your skill set is okay or not in that. So from your background,
See, adopt to the everything, every
and
debugging,
the
whatever it is.
problem is for
Yes,
SRE
yes.
engineers or DevOps engineers, right? The client is taking the interviews from India.
Okay, okay, okay.
Although I'm from UK, there is a HSBC client is taking interviews.
Okay, okay.
They are from day one, they want to be debugging. They gave us that's why I asked you actually whether you are a SRE engineer, job description is shared with you or not.
Yes, sir,
But
engineer is
anyway,
there.
I understand. What
SRE
about
engineer is
Ansible?
and my top of that. SRE engineers is the DevOps engineer purpose, whatever it is a tool maintenance of code, the build triggers, the
Yeah.
source code
Okay.
maintenance. That is the way
What about Ansible?
Ansible is doing right now.
You are doing Ansible
Yes,
now,
yes,
so you can understand the question
yes,
because whatever the questions I'm going to ask you on Ansible,
yeah.
maybe deep questions might be asked actually by the client if there is an interview for DevOps engineer.
Okay,
That's why I'm asking how much familiar with Ansible you are.
it is out of
No. Out of 1 to 10, what is the rating that you can give to
it is
Ansible?
the 8. I am doing
8.
it right now. It is basically it is the Ansible is a word can implement is all those stuff. It is the Docker and IAWS and Kubernetes. Whatever it is, the YAML file is written.
No, we'll go step by step, step by step. Let's
Yeah.
talk about
Okay, okay,
Ansible.
okay.
Okay. You have answered that actually you are familiar with Ansible.
Okay.
What about Terraform?
Terraform, I am. It is recently I am doing that particular code in build of AWS architecture.
So you know how to write the Terraform
Yes,
scripts
yes,
and all
yes,
the
yes,
things.
yes.
Okay. So next is, do you have any understanding about Helm?
Helm, yes. Kubernetes.
What is it for?
It is the package manager in Kubernetes.
Okay, so you are familiar with Terraform and as well as Helm also.
Helm also. It is the basically Kubernetes package manager.
Okay. What about AWS?
Yes, I am doing AWS resources also.
Currently, very good. And what about Docker?
Docker is I am not right now. I am doing right now. Docker is my favorite.
Okay, so you are familiar with it. And Kubernetes also you are already doing it.
Yes, yes. It is the containerization after that deploy into the Kubernetes cluster. That is the way.
What about Linux administration?
The Linux primary I am doing in the latter of my career is starting with support of Linux admin role. After that shifting in DevOps engineer role. It is agile methodologies are there.
So you know Linux administration.
Yes, yes, yes. I am doing that. Support.
That's good. Okay, that's nice. So which flavor of Linux you are familiar with?
It is
Red Hat Linux or Ubuntu Linux or Fedora, what exactly it is?
It is Debian or Red Hat. It is two families are familiar. I am do that. Any family.
Okay, that's
Linux,
good.
Linux is there.
That's good. This is the Okay, let's start the interview.
Yeah.
I think I will try to consider you because the client is keen on SRE engineer role Java debugging for Ansible related. Can you please explain me what exactly Ansible is? What is the use of Ansible? Why industry uses Ansible?
Yeah. The Ansible is the configuration management tool and a deployment tool also. You can also you can manage the infrastructure. You can configure the servers, whatever you can use it, which enrollment to do. The Ansible is a serverless authentication. You can SSH connections of the target servers, that doing in which enrollment to do, which cloud to do, which on premises of enrollments, whatever it is. Ansible is doing much more faster deployment and configuration of management servers. Yeah.
In your project, what exactly you have used Ansible for?
My
Give me an examples.
Yeah, two ways of I am using. One way is YAML scripts writing in Kubernetes it is manifest files in YAML scripts, and the second way is which server is what type of tools and installations, whatever configuration, scale up, scale down, whatever versions are changes. That is type of my side of stuff. This the two ways of implementation of Ansible.
Okay. So regarding anything like plugins, inventories, playbooks, etc.,
Yeah.
have you come across in Ansible?
Yes. Yes.
What are the use of them? Plugins?
Plugins are doing um, it is way to implementation of the server side. It is target servers, that it is using of Ansible plugins to can create the configurations of target servers, the implementation of your YAML script inside of that. That is the plugins are used in Ansible.
Okay, by using plugins, what kind of things that you have done? Can you please give me an example?
It is doing in some the
Now, in your project, you might have done something, right?
it is doing in not working in plugins, but I am idea about that. The particularly you have to maintain the playbooks, that playbooks are secure way, anyone is access to that the particular way.
So you haven't done anything practically from Ansible point of view, but you know the theoretical concepts. Am I correct?
Yes. Practical point of view, I am talking about practically.
So practically point of view, can you please give me an example? So plugins were exactly used, inventories were exactly used, and playbooks were exactly used.
Yes. I am
in
not
your project.
Yes, the inventories are doing in the inside of the host files, that fully qualified domain names, the target servers, whatever it is on premises. Some servers are on premises right now, some banks, UBS banks, and some stock exchanges. After some servers are AWS also, the Kubernetes clusters are also. That is the way to implementation of that type of different roles. It is a IAM role, the different roles. I am not accessible to all those servers, services are not there in my hand. The
Okay,
different
what is Ansible Tower?
Ansible Tower is a GUI. Basically I am shifting to GUI. Basically my team is moved to GUI. It is basically the fastened to that command line interface. It is moved to anything, it is displayed to dashboard.
Okay, can you please explain something about Ansible modules?
Ansible modules is nothing but something inside of scripting format of different activities of end servers. That is the playbooks are using.
Okay, what kind of activities will be there in as part of the modules? For example, start of the Linux computer is an activity.
Yeah.
So, by using modules in Ansible, what are the things that you can do in target servers?
It is doing in roles, it is templates, it is different kind of things. You can utilize the reusability. Once you can server is
Can you write your own module, Ansible module?
no, I am not using an written in modules, but I am share folders are there. I'm creating already. I am is not a access to editing also. That is the permissions or Kate is doing that. Is PRs are raising. What happens to
So nothing, but can you execute any system commands on Linux by using
yeah.
Ansible, this module?
Yes, yes. It is not doing.
What kind of commands?
It is the doing in playbooks are running. My side
Okay.
of that perspective is not doing that way. It is doing in you are talking about SRE engineers on top of that. That is peoples are actively interact with the access of that way. The scripts are is not involved inside of what are the editings, what are the it is a decrypted format.
Okay.
It is you
So
can
that's
access
fine.
that.
So can you please give me, for example, Ansible Tower or Ansible is given to you.
Yeah.
Can you please in brief terms explain to me how exactly Ansible will work? For example, you have around 50 hosts are there.
Yeah.
You have an Ansible console is there and everything, web console, everything is given to you.
Yeah.
Now, how this Ansible work?
Ansible is to host missions. You can take that 15 missions or 20 missions or host missions. It is because of architecture based. It is the master and node servers and slave servers are there. This master can take up of all the information it is doing in node servers. It is the all IP addresses to connected to the serverless connection, not a agent. Is the client is not installed into the node servers and this master servers is not doing that way. It is the SSH connection is a serverless based connection. Everything is access to that secure way connected to the target servers.
For example, I want to install on only I'm giving you 3 machines.
Yeah.
So I want to install some software on that particular machine by using Ansible. How you do it?
It is some particular machine is a ML script.
Now, first of all, how do you design it actually?
Yes, yes. Some particular missions are the public IP addresses there. The public IP addresses are host that taken into the one Excel file there. The Excel file is built into dip into a host format of inside of inventory file. The inventory file is taken to grab it. The connection is yes or no. The connection is okay or not. The access that particular nodes or not. To take the particular you can asking about software, which software is whatever git software it is installed. That is YAML script host, whatever host is installed, whatever area of install, whatever path is installed, the script is there. The YAML format of script, that is the YAML format of script basically is the playbook running YAML playbooks. That is script name is what is the
Can you tell me what is the Ansible task?
What?
In Ansible, you have different types of tasks there, right? What is a task in Ansible?
The task is it taken into that gathering facts. What happens that enrollment is doing. It is a result of that. It is the playbook is running in
Result or configuration?
That is the configurations.
Yes, the configuration, right? Okay. In Ansible, actually, what is a playbook?
Playbook is nothing but a YAML script in the text file. It is doing in some indentations that are written in that inside of tasks, inside of roles.
Okay, what are facts and handlers?
What?
Ansible facts, FACTS, facts and handlers. What are they actually?
Yes, inside of Ansible playbook. Instead of Ansible.
But what is the purpose of?
Yes.
Yeah, instead of handler, like what? What is a handler? What is a fact?
Handler is doing in some activities. It's that type of activities not doing that way, but some installations or activities, some scripts there. I am idea about that handlers and tasks. That is the way to implement it. I am practically implementation right now.
Means you are already using it. Facts are nothing but the global variables, right?
Yes.
In Ansible.
Yeah.
Standards are nothing, but you are right. Actually, some of the status actually that activities, everything, it will monitor it.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
we have a number of hosts are given,
Mm.
a group of hosts,
Mm.
and you need to access the first host
Yes.
of a particular variable. How do you do that?
That is the basically I'm primarily talk about that no that IP addresses, public IP address is mentioned that way. That is the inside of host mission. Hosts are
This data is secured, for example, in
yes, yes,
Ansible playbooks.
yeah. The data is not secure. It's secure with you can you use it to Ansible Vault. It is anyone it is not accessed. Anyone see the inside of the content, but some permissions
Mhm.
are there. That particular permissions to passwords that in encrypted to decrypted format, you can edit that you PR raise. That is which are the versioning, which are the patching of services, servers, whatever it is. That is the implementation on my side of view. It is continuously I am doing in day-to-day activities in CI/CD flow. It is the basically issues are there. I am involving that ticket raising in Suresh Raju Vetkuri, whatever it is.
So you said vaults, right? So what is the use of vaults in Ansible?
It is a walls doing in the file encrypted way to implementations the sensitive data of Ansible inside of whatever it is password as key authentications, the files, host files, encrypted format. It is not doing in some particular permissions that some particular persons. That is the way to implementation.
Okay, okay. So do you have any flavors in Ansible?
No, no.
Okay. Have you heard about Red Hat Ansible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It is basically a Red Hat product. Ansible is
Exactly. Okay. Next, infrastructure as a Terraform. So why Terraform is used in
yeah.
AWS?
Actually, it is primarily that question is sorry, but that interaction. Actually, basically, is Ansible backend is running of Python also. It is the priority of
Okay.
Python. It is the backend of you can run the Ansible. Also you can check the CLI Ansible version, so you can also Python is there. That
Okay,
is the
that's fine.
basically. Yeah,
Uh,
please, please.
do you remember any command line options for Ansible?
What? Please repeat again.
Command line, CLI.
Yes, yes.
CLI means a command line interface,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you must be knowing some commands.
Yes, yes. Ad hoc comments.
Okay. Okay, now coming to the Terraform,
Yeah,
infrastructure as a
yeah,
service one.
yeah.
Okay, so why Terraform is used in AWS?
The Terraform is a very intelligent tool, and it is
For
a
what? What is the purpose?
that is the purpose to infrastructure is created. It is doing in a third party tool. It is a HashiCorp company, is a US based company. You have to use in a HashiCorp language.
Okay, by using Terraform, what you can do?
Yeah, I am using an infrastructure in AWS.
Okay, what you will do in AWS, you are using it for what purpose?
It is
Give me the
doing
practical examples.
yeah, yeah. I am example. It is practically. I am practically doing that. My side of view. In Ansible is basically um, creation of infrastructure in the. It is doing in seconds of milliseconds. The creation of infrastructure. You can do it code format infrastructure.
When you say creation of in-cost infrastructure,
Yeah.
what kind of infrastructure we are talking about here?
Yes, yes. AWS resources. It is IAM
Okay,
role.
what? One server or two servers or 10 servers or 100 servers? Or what kind of infrastructure we are talking here?
It is doing in client based. It is the doing in all side of the client based of stuff. There is one server, two
Okay,
servers.
fine. For example, your existing product, without naming the company,
Yeah.
just tell me what kind of infrastructure it will look like from your existing one, and based on that, explain it to me.
Yeah.
How you have used Terraform?
It is doing in two ways of explanation. My side, one is on premises, second one is cloud side. It is
Okay.
one. It is some applications are doing in on premises. It is US based USB bank applications and stock markets. There is US stock markets. There's some business applications are there doing, and business side of on-premises data centers are their own clients, and some applications are recently I am adopting in AWS also.
Okay.
That doing have to build infrastructure is creating resources, IEC2 resources and missions, instances, and some on-premises missions. It is a very huge amount of services are there. It is doing
So
in
you are
client
currently
side.
using the Terraform, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can please let me know what kind of commands you have used in Terraform?
Terraform is the 4 commands is I am regularly using that way.
Okay. What are they?
It is Terraform init,
Okay.
Terraform plan, Terraform apply. Fourth command is not doing that way. It is particularly that command is locked in format. Destroy is not
Okay.
permissions.
So what is the purpose of these commands?
It is
You
doing
need to plan and as well as
it is doing in Terraform init is initialization of backend of Terraform plugins, whatever you are choosing in the portion of infrastructure, whatever choosing in that way. The backend running of some plugins, Terraform plugins. That is initialization of Terraform in choosing your cloud provider.
what about the path working directory?
It is a server.
Does it initialize it during the init?
Yes. It is backend of plugins.
So it first initializes the working directory, and
yes.
after that it will load actually all the plugins.
Yes.
Okay. Then what about the plan?
Whatever it is, the plan is it is a current state to desired state.
Okay. So it will execute it or what exactly? For example, if we execute a plan command, what will do?
It is identified that provider you got the configuration of which location, which credentials, whatever it is, the infrastructure is identified that way. It is the Terraform, that particular portion.
Okay, Terraform plugins.
Yeah.
Can you please name few plugins Terraform that you have used?
It is the backend is not doing that way. It
And
is
the backend, okay,
yeah.
but what are the plugin names? I am asking.
I am not idea about it. It is.
Have you idea of Terraform D?
Yes.
Then it is a plugin, right?
Yes.
Then what is the purpose of it?
It is doing in Terraform D is a plugin. It is a backend plugin.
What is the purpose of it?
It is doing in some activities there, backend side. It is knowledge about that. It is a plugin. Terraform D is a plugin.
Okay, try to find out actually plugins, some plugin names, and actually what exactly they are using it. You need to know.
Yes. I am using these resources. I am a role ability of thinking in Terraform code plan is recently adopted that way with its technology. Terraform D is a plugin right now. Yes.
For example, you are a DevOps guy, right?
Yeah.
For DevOps, why you use Terraform?
Terraform is a infrastructure is creating.
Creating just the infrastructure. What is the configuration? How does the configuration looks like?
It is the configurations of everything is in doing in Terraform also. But
that is fine. Terraform.
Yeah.
What is the configuration file looks like?
It is a key value pair.
Key value pair. It is a JSON. That is structure key value pair. That is called as a JSON structure.
Yes.
JavaScript object notation.
Yes. Is a backend.
What is a null resource in Terraform?
Null
you have resources right in Terraform. So what is a null resource?
It is basically doing in some part of code. I have idea about that.
You don't have idea. That's fine. Right? What is the difference between on-premises Terraform and Terraform Cloud?
Yes, it is a Terraform Cloud is basically is the provider based. which providers are it is doing in Terraform documentation. That is the providers is supporting the Terraform also.
Example, provider means third-party provider. What
Yes,
exactly is?
it is
Who is a provider
AWS.
in your project?
It is AWS provider.
So you mean to say that actually Terraform cloud and on-premises, the difference is
Yeah.
AWS provider. That is the difference.
No. It is basically I am doing in only cloud side. It is creating in Terraform. It is on premises of clouds is taken it to the other teams also. It is a hands-on way to implementation of servers. What type of issues are there in the SRE engineers? Those stuff
Okay,
is
Terraform as a front end and as well as back end, right?
yeah.
Okay, back end, what it does? What is the purpose of it?
Backend is doing in some resources activity. It is
Okay.
it is doing an infrastructure is how to create a code.
For example, a resource is created in your infrastructure.
Yeah.
Say, for example, it is a host by using Terraform. Then the version 1 software is installed. How does who will maintain the state of that particular host?
Yes, is maintenance of Terraform.tf file. It's state file. That is the current way to code is maintenance of state file. It is the previous state.
But the Terraform backend will store that particular state so that it will.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And is the it is Terraform.tf backend file is there. That is the file is the previous state of the Terraform code. You can present state and previous state of the Terraform code. That is the variable.
But you haven't told me like okay, you worked in a Terraform cloud only, not from the on-premises database, right? Am I correct?
Yes, it is the hands-on experience and on based Terraform, on premises of servers. It's something is doing in client is asking about the code is infrastructure way to prepare.
Okay, what is the provisioners in Terraform?
What
Provisioners.
Provisioners.
Yes.
It's provisioners providers is I am idea about that.
Okay, providers. How many different types of providers are there?
It's a different. It is the documentation I have to see different types of providers. AWS, Azure, GCP. It is a digital version.
Okay, not about AWS, GCP. Within the Terraform itself, whatever the flavor it is, you will be having a provisioners. If you don't know about provisioner, that is fine. You can see the documentation. For example, Terraform is created an infrastructure. Now I want to get rid of that particular infrastructure completely. Destroy that infrastructure and rebuild it again. How do you do that?
Yes.
From command line.
It is doing in some particular file is a backend portion. It is .tf backend is side. Is I am previously talking about that.
Okay, suppose I wanted to give you a task to destroy by using the Terraform, whatever it is created. What you will do?
It is destroy is nothing but it is a whole infrastructure is destroy. You can require the infrastructure.
You have to use the Terraform destroy, right, to destroy the infrastructure.
It is a lock command. It's not permission that way.
Okay. Do you know the Terraform architecture?
Yeah.
How exactly it is built?
Yes.
What are the components of it?
Terraform.
Name not all, only few at least.
Yes. It is a Terraform providers there, Terraform modules, and Terraform plugins, Terraform providers, and doing an access to that particular portion of GUI. That is the code interface interpreter there. That is the way to implementation of.
Do you have anything like called graphs in Terraform?
It is that type of. It is adopting that knowledge, but grab the knowledge. It is huge knowledge. It is a little bit for about of my skills and abilities. Terraform side. Increase my.
You don't know the graphs. Am I correct? In Terraform, you haven't studied it. Am I correct?
Yeah. I'm not doing the graphs. It's basically maintenance of the code, Siva.
Okay.
Any issues are facing and different Terraform resources of IAM roles to can push that roles and resources adopting the different
Okay, what about the Terraform core?
yeah.
Terraform core. Have you come across a Terraform core?
Yes, yes.
What is it?
Terraform core is basically is doing in back end of operations API servers are doing in interaction way. That is the implementation of your code exposed to the communication with the rest of APIs. That is doing an implementation of resources to create the responsibility of your code is correct or not. You have to build in infrastructure. That is the
For
process.
example, you are working in AWS, right?
Yeah.
In AWS, what is an EC2 instance?
EC2 instance is a elastic cloud compute.
No, I'm not asking the definition.
Okay, okay.
What exactly it is?
EC2 instance is a mission which is provided to AWS. It is stored in data center.
How do you create an actually EC2 instance in AWS by using Terraform?
Yeah. To
How do you create it?
how it is the basically I am doing an documentation per providers. That is the script is taken that way to require that portion you can naming conventions or whatever it is to edited that to implementation of infrastructure.
For example,
Yeah.
you have a lot of plugins in Terraform, right?
Yeah.
How to upgrade those plugins? One plugin is there. You want to upgrade actually to that particular stuff.
Yes, yes.
Do you know how to do that?
I am not. It is that is the knowledge of
No,
opportunity.
no. If you know, that is fine. If you don't know, that is also fine. Just
Yes.
for example, in Terraform, you are writing a code, you created the infrastructure.
Yeah.
You found out actually some configuration went wrong.
Yeah.
How do you roll back to the, for example, existing configuration, you are upgrading it by using the Terraform system. Now, something is wrong, you identified. But it has to be stored, the infrastructure has to be stored to the previous state. How do you roll back your changes by using Terraform?
It is doing in actually it is not creation of that you are not indentation is followed. You are not creating of infrastructure. It is not doing that way. It is the
Practical commands. Can you please tell me how do you do that?
It is the Terraform. It is the Terraform plan. Terraform apply, Terraform plan. That is the major two commands to you can answer it. Your code is working or not. That is the show. It is the result. How to create.
Well, compared to Terraform, suppose Helm is given. Can you execute the same similar kind of stuff by using the Helm?
Actually, Helm is doing in package manager. This is the way to implementation. Why this is the way to implementation? Your question is?
See, my question is,
your question is
Terraform and Helm is actually both are given to you.
Okay.
Which one you will use it for infrastructure? Helm or Terraform or both?
It is the purpose of the application I was doing whatever application is running package manager. It is the entirely different to the Terraform.
Okay, so by using the Terraform and as well as the Helm, will it be useful to you or not?
Yes, useful to you.
How?
It is doing infrastructure is creating. After that, you can build the whole packages to the application is instant of cluster also. That is the two are very important components.
So you mean to say that Terraform first by using Terraform you will build the infrastructure and upgrading actually you will do by using the Helm.
Okay.
Right? Is that what you want to use it?
My side of view is not doing that way. But
Okay.
I am idea about that pushing into this knowledge.
Okay, then fine. Then Helm actually, if it is given to you, what is the advantage of it?
It is
How
doing
can it help you?
it is doing Kubernetes. Have to different manifest files, replica sets, deployment services, daemon sets, whatever you have to run the application. What purpose to do? The Helm is the whole package of applications inside of that. The Helm is one side of run. You can create the application in the fastly you can access to the application and install of the Kubernetes cluster. They're doing that way. It's a package of applications in the Kubernetes. That's
RPM is there, right, in Debian Linux?
what?
RPM and Debian packages, they are there, right? Then why you require Helm? See, to install the packages, deployments, everything, you have in Red Hat Linux, you have a RPM,
Okay.
and Aptitude is there actually in a Debian Linux.
Mm-hmm.
So now why Helm is required?
It's doing in a cluster based of package. A Kubernetes package is doing in.
Have you come across Helm charts?
Yes, yes. Helm chart is
What are
nothing
they?
but a package of these all those files, deployments, replica sets, whatever pods are running, what type of application is running. That chart is nothing but a package.
Helm charts are nothing but a package.
Yeah.
How exactly they are defined? What kind of configuration files you used?
That's you are if you know that you are checking also. I am artifact hub there, artifact.hub. That is the package of whatever you
Can
want
you
to
use the
know.
configurations by using the YAML
Yes,
configuration?
yes, YAML configuration.
Then I'm asking configuration, you should answer that, right?
Yeah, it is doing.
Which concepts are used actually in Helm?
It is basically my side of Helm is doing in some applications or installing in some web applications. It is doing in client side requirements
Okay.
to raise the particular website page is displayed. Some portion of code is generated. That OTP is enter. The code is generated. That type of
Okay.
applications you can create that Helm also.
In AWS, some of the you have worked in AWS, right?
Yeah.
Okay, some of the key components of AWS. Can you please name them?
It is nothing but resources.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, I am working in IAM role is the EC2 instance and auto scaling and load balancers, security group, VPC and the subnets levels. So my side of permissions are there.
Fine. What is Route 53 in AWS?
Is Route 53 is my projects on there. It is doing in DNS configurations, all those stuff they are there. It is accessible to the subnets and VPCs.
Okay, what is the difference between a CloudWatch and a CloudTrail?
Is a cloud trial is the audit purpose to doing my side view, which cloud trial is doing in some persons IAM roles are the different the whole team. The person is handmade mistakes are there. What time to which time are working that person, how to there delete that person, what type of activities that person you can audit purpose to use to crowd trial the where person whatever resources are doing day-to-day activities. There is the log activities there. And cloud watch is a service you can monitor the resources like you what is the purpose of metrics based of application side doing it is the instance of CPU utilization. What is the
How do
metrics
you
you
monitor
utilize?
AWS resources?
Yeah, AWS resources is monitored in CloudWatch also.
What is Amazon S3?
Amazon S3 is the simple storage services we have to store in objects.
Okay, why it is used? Is it a NoSQL database or SQL database?
It is stored in it is not a database. It is globally accessible on AWS. It is stored in objects everything.
Okay, what is Amazon Machine Image?
Amazon machine image is a snapshot.
AMI.
Yeah, it is doing an Amazon machine image is My side of view is Amazon machine image is one snapshot to do that way to implementation of which configurations, which RAM, which size of application is doing.
So that is an instance, right? RAM and applications and etc. What is the difference between our relationship between
I am answering that way.
and
It is the basically that instance is the image. How to image? What is the purpose of image? Is right now your question is the purpose of image is right now is accessible to the another region of the servers also. To shift the another region of it is the way to shift the client basis of perspective view.
okay, there is an Amazon machine image is there.
Yeah.
There is an instance is there. What is the difference?
It is Amazon mission image is a snapshot. Amazon mission
Okay.
is a running of instance or stopping of instance, whatever it is a mission. It is a data center fixed it. Mission
How do you
image
access Amazon S3 database?
what? Please tell
Amazon
me.
S3 database.
Yes.
Amazon S3 is
database.
there, simple storage services.
Yes.
S3 is there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How do you access that Amazon S3?
It is the given. It is storing in the data for given access to the URL also.
Okay, but how do you access that? Do you know that? What is the framework it is used to access Amazon S3?
S3 is doing in this different storage classes there. What? But you can that data is grab that my side of view is the URL also. URL side my
So nothing but that URL
access.
publishing is nothing but the
Oh, yeah.
it's called REST API services.
Okay.
So by using the REST API services, we can access the Amazon S3 related stuff so that one can write the API and publish it. Once you publish it, you can write a request programmatically and access that particular service.
Okay.
That is the main difference.
Yes.
Okay. What is Amazon buckets?
You are nothing but S3 buckets.
Yeah. What is it?
S3
Used
bucket S3 buckets is a storage of objects. It's doing in.
Okay, if that is the case, then
yeah.
suppose your account is created.
Yeah.
How many buckets you can access? You have a AWS account
Yeah.
on your name. Now, how many buckets you can access?
It is doing in different. All buckets are accessed.
All buckets are accessible. There is no limitation for account, AWS account.
It is doing in some limitations are there. Particularly,
What are they?
I am not doing that way, but it is buckets are there, but slight difference is my side of it. I am not doing.
Okay, for example, Amazon instance you have created, EC2 instance or any other instance. I want to scale it. Is it possible?
Yes.
How?
It is doing in. It is a three type of scenarios are explained that way. One is EBS volumes. Other one is root volumes.
Okay.
So to increase the it is the volume side. It is the increase of instance is root volume. Root volume is stop the instance. After that, attach that required T2 micro to T2 medium, T2 large to T2 medium to T2 large. That is the instance of infrastructure increasing. That is the configuration increasing. EBS volumes are it is separate volumes. It will attach to that particular EC2 machines. To running of instance to add the EC2 EBS volumes.
Okay. In AWS,
Yeah.
You can install any server. Am I correct?
One question for you. EBS volumes are root volumes. So how to identify?
I don't know.
Please tell me.
No, I don't know.
Okay, my answer is please. You can. I am sorry about that interaction. My answer is EBS volumes is not a snapshot. Root volumes is a snapshot, isn't it?
I am not sure about that.
You can,
but
you can,
instead root volumes and everything, of course you can detach it and actually you can demount it and mount it or anything you can do it.
No. You can.
But whereas
you can create the EBS volumes. you can 4 GB, 8 GB, 10 GB, whatever it is, the RAM size, whatever. EBS volumes is not a snapshot. I am identified. EBS volumes are
But root
documentation.
volumes, actually, you can mount it. What I'm saying about the root volumes, you can mount it,
Yes,
you
yes,
can detach it
yes,
so that you can unmount it, anything you can do it.
yes,
But instance stuff that you can't do it. You need to stop that particular instance to do something.
yeah,
Right? In AWS, actually, it's nothing but the killing is instance is nothing but based on your subscription. You can pass that particular instance, and as well as reinstall and start and stop, you can do it.
okay.
If you are saved, if subscription occurs, actually it will stay. Otherwise, the data will be lost.
It is basically launch configuration there. It is doing in auto scaling Europe is connecting EC2 instance. It is the 80% is CPU utilization matrix is using that way. You can up the 80% is crossed. You can launch configuration to you can you can create that launch configuration RAM, CPU, what is the utilization, what is the time period. It is the instance to after creating the instance, so you configuration launch configuration based my side of that is the way.
Okay, but once you stop it, if a subscription is not there, the data will be lost. All the configuration will be lost. You have to start from fresh, right?
Yes, 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 yes. It is the
If it is subscribed and everything, like another instances that can be saved up to some time based on your subscription, then only whatever you have configured status, everything, it will be there in that instance.
no, not there in it's loss of data. No, loss
I mean,
of
sir,
data.
configuration will be there. I mean to say, whatever the configuration you have created, it will save. It will be saved in a particular state.
That is yes, yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Next question is what I'm asking. In AWS, whatever the technology, you can use any kind of servers, web servers, anything like web servers or anything you can use, install it. Am I correct?
Yes.
For example, Oracle database server is there.
Yeah.
You have to install it in AWS.
Yeah.
So, and there are two subnets are there.
Yeah.
One is a private subnet and public subnet.
Yeah.
In which subnet you will install it, that Oracle database server?
It is obviously is a private subnet.
Why?
Is doing in my side of MySQL is based on that subnet is I am asking that particular answer that it is not doing that Oracle database server.
No, any of the database
Yes,
servers,
yes,
if you take
it
it,
is
you are
not
right.
access to the
Actually, it
private.
has to be installed in the private subnet. What I'm asking is from a network point of view, why it has to be installed in the private subnets?
It is doing not it is basically outside the
Publicly
network,
not accessible.
not accessible that database servers. It is doing security
So,
way to
exactly. So private subnet, when they install it, actually is it should be accessible in a secured way.
yeah.
Not if it is exposed publicly, then you should not access. Everybody can access or overload
It
it.
is doing in that database server is access to the database admins to Bastion server also.
Okay, fine.
It is the
Do you know what are the key pairs in AWS?
key pairs.
Yeah.
What is the key pair? It is doing in PAM2 PPK.
For login information, actually,
Yes,
you
yes,
can
PAM2,
use that one.
PAM2.
So what is that?
PAM2 PPK.
Can you please repeat what is that?
Yeah, PAM. It is doing in you can create the key pair, which region to that way to implementation of infrastructure.
No, in instance, you need to access the instances. Always you use the public
Yes,
key
yes.
and as well as private key, asymmetric key pair, you call
Yes,
it.
yes.
So for to access the instances. Anyway.
So yes, Shiva, you are
Okay.
working in Capgemini also, doesn't?
Yeah, I work in Capgemini also, but I work only for this HSBC project for the moment.
SSB. Okay.
So we are sitting here because I have a different openings are there. I'm basically an architect from technical side.
Okay.
So I do design the systems. Currently, we are working in a digital security platform.
Mhm.
So DSP it is called. So for that project, we have a DevOps and developers requirements are there. We're also looking at senior people like SR description.
Okay.
So that's why I'm just doing this one. Two divisions are there. One is actually wholesale IT. Another one is a private banking. So for private banking, actually, they are very, very keen.
Mhm.
because they themselves HSBC guys they are taking interviews. So
Mm,
before you, this is the first round of interview. Second round of interview that will be with directly with the client.
directly with the client.
They are some kind of.
It is the Indian client
I
or
understand.
outside the
Another position we have a wholesale IT, which I'll be the final one. If I finally I will say it actually, then yes,
US client?
they can do this one. So I no need to discuss with the
Oh, okay,
client
okay, okay,
for
okay.
the
Thank
moment.
you, thank you.
So to one is a wholesale IT and one is a private banking. Where you are fitting into this one, that's what I'm just looking into it.
Okay.
If you are putting in a private, even DevOps also, they are very junior level guys also, they are very keen on answering on each and everything.
Okay.
So if they are lacking in one of the things, they are rejecting in private banking.
Okay.
Since once you make a simple mistake in private banking, few millions, billions will be affected.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a private and wealth banking. It is called in HSBC.
HSBC, yes.
So minor mistakes they want to, from day one. Actually, everybody should work from security point of view.
Okay, okay. You are
Plus,
working in
since
which
you
place?
have said, yes, please.
You are working in which place?
Wholesale IT, I'm working
Okay, okay. Which area?
currently. So currently, we are also filling the positions and we are setting up the 18 members team
Okay.
in a private banking.
Mm-hmm.
So currently, I have a 10 members team,
Mm-hmm.
developers and as well as DevOps. So for private banking, similar kind of they call it as pod team as a pod, 10 members team as a pod. They call it in HSBC. So we
Okay.
are trying to set up the two pods, which 18 members team,
Okay.
among which DevOps and as well as SR is also required.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
That's why we are. They asked me to take a pretty keen interview. That's why
Okay.
I'm going to a lot of questions. So
Okay,
apologies
okay.
for that.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's okay. I'm right now.
So based on a kind demand. That's why I'm just trying to check actually before putting the candidates to the client. They are well versed. That's why.
Is I am doing in it is a respect of client also. I am doing in it is a based of product based company. I have to every support of supporting to clients also.
Yeah, these guys are literally hot nuts to crack.
Okay,
I
okay.
can say anybody can pull up this job, but the thing is actually, the Indian mentality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Indian mentality actually is like that only. They are very keen actually. They are from developer and support point of view. They are asking for low level commands and everything. So at least at the high level, if you are gone through it, then
Okay, okay.
it's okay.
Yes,
That's
I
why.
am
By the
improving.
way, do you have done the shell scripting, right?
Yeah.
You're working in the shell scripting.
Yeah.
What kind of scripts you have written?
It is doing in the log files. What are you doing in my recently 10 days of log. That side of scripts are there. It is
Okay, have you written any cron jobs
yeah.
in Linux? Okay, how do you do that?
It is basically is some particular trigger the builds. The cron jobs are enter into that particular the server of a Jenkins mission. That is some period of time. It's a night shift, a night side. It's a 12/1. That type of activities are doing in the US side. It is the Indian background is daytime. It is a night shift, night time, and all the in night time also.
Okay,
That's
what is a
that's how.
cron tab then? You already worked in cron.
Yes, yes. It is an indication of day, minutes, hours, days, months, weeks. That's type of way to implementation of my side. Which
What is a
type of
declarative pipeline?
what?
Declarative pipeline
Yes,
in Jenkins.
declarative pipeline is a it is a syntax format of inside of which provide which are you access to integrate of tools and technologies.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you please explain me the Jenkins process and the Jenkins pipeline related? For example,
Mm.
you have a source code is given. The
Yes.
usual process is actually we will try to check the source code and as well as compile the source code as part of the continuous integration and deployment kind of stuff. We need to compile it and after that it needs to go to production. So the end-to-end process, can you please deploy me? You have a depository,
Okay.
which is a compiled one. How do you execute your Jenkins to automate everything?
It's basically I am using an master slave concept. It is a Jenkins server master and the slaves. It is running of jobs also. It is running of multiple jobs and different activities are slaves missions. Is a loading purpose to Jenkins mission. My project structure is is doing in central repository. Git is used. Some developers code is pulled to the Git repository, and pick the code in Jenkins. You can grab that code, it's test it and build the process. The end, you can do it. Build process is failure. You can notify that feedback of developers, which developers you can push the build trigger. That is the way. It is doing in a CI process. Continuous integration process is a circle of doing that way. It is a one success of a building process. You can store that artifacts in Nexus repository. In between, one tool is there.
Okay. Where exactly the static code analysis is done in this phase?
What? Static code.
Static code analysis. You know that, right? Static code analysis.
Static code analysis is doing in it is a Sonar Cube.
Sonar Cube. So at what state it will come?
That is some.
In your Jenkins pipeline, you need to define it, right? You need to automate everything. You won't do manually, and just previously we were doing the manually static code analysis, running and analyzing the scripts and everything. But this process needs to be automated. If that is the case, static code analyzer, any static code analyzer in the Sonar Cube, once you do it, it will create a report.
Yes.
Right. Then it will be sent directly to the development team.
Yes.
They will analyze it, or you will be asked to analyze it. Now, when you are defining your Jenkins pipeline, where exactly you will do that? Including static code Sonar Cube analysis. Explain it to me.
Yes, I am Jenkins pipeline is doing an end-to-end is declarative way to implementation that way. Everything is integrated with the tools and technologies, and Jenkins communicate with plugins also. It is doing an it is basically environments, development environments, and UAT unit testing environment, and pre-prod environment, quality assurance environment. Whatever it is, that environments is there. That is the deployment of the everything in the versioning purpose to do in the process of entire the production side. That is the pipeline is designing to end-to-end is automated way. Once build is triggered, automatically it is for the artifacts, and result is pushed into that developers and deploy into that containerization. Everything is the microservices. It is the containers applications there, Docker. The Docker containers applications is deployed into the Kubernetes cluster. It is the way to end-to-end CI/CD process my side. These tools are integrated with nodes, and it is the credentials. What is the credentials? It is doing HPI version .hpi to get a customized plugins are there my side. That particular plugins are that servers to access that credentials to pull and to create that to create the deployment process is done in the pipeline. That is my side of that.
Okay. So, okay, that's fine. That is the end of the interview from my side. I got enough information from you. Okay. Do you have any questions to ask?
I am asking more than all questions between the interaction. Your work, your responsibilities, whatever it is, you can explain that. What is the day-to-day activity?
See, the work actually, we have two positions as I told you. One is a private banking, another one is we have 4 DevOps, among which one guy is resigned in HSBC. So we are going to, I'm in my team actually, it's not my team. Of course, previously it was my team. So I'm going to fill that DevOps engineer. Okay. So for that, we find the candidate, no issues. Private banking, there is a second round of interview where the client is taking, and both projects are related to DSP. DSP means digital security platform.
Okay.
So where exactly ForgeRock and OpenAM and OpenDJ and as well as Transmit is used. So the persons who are going to work in this, but as a DevOps, they will become DevSecOps.
Yeah.
So Dev security, development to security, and as well as operations, all the things. So DevSecOps.
DevOps and top of DevSecOps. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And the private banking is in AWS. And whereas wholesale IT is in GCP. So both actually they are interacting with each other for all the implementation.
Okay.
So I am working as a wholesale IT architect.
it is doing
So
in
I have
AWS.
around 23 years of experience. I'm from a computer science background, from software development, not from a DevOps point of view.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but anyway, currently I have a 4 developers, DevOps teams are there, which we are working on. All the bank is actually migrating towards either AWS or GCP, not Azure. Azure is doing actually only in China, and there is Ali Cloud is there. There also they are
Okay, okay.
using the China kind of stuff. Singapore and everybody they will use it Azure kind of stuff, but Ali Cloud actually China guys use it. HSBC is a Chinese bank originally,
Okay, okay.
so they will use all different types of workloads, high technology. Okay, that's kind of stuff is there. And DevOps point of view, daily cyber security vulnerabilities, everything, and ITAD, Ansible, Jenkins, and ITAD is called automation. Means we have 50 servers are there. You need to update in a lot of patches because based on the security vulnerabilities, etc. will come. So currently, the wholesale IT knowledge transfer is going on. Private banking, the team is being set up. We are building the teams. So around 30 total, 28 members team we are building it. So that is the kind of stuff. The brand name HSBC, you will find the latest technologies and everything. The only thing is what chunk of work that we will be doing it. Sometimes work will come like hell, sometimes idle.
Okay, okay.
So that kind of stuff that will be there. And the DevOps point of view, they expect on-call basis, not immediately, not on-call basis, on-demand basis. Only they will ask you to work as outside office hours.
Okay.
If it is a wholesale IT, currently the DevOps team is separated now to environment pod. So where exactly all the cyber security related to DSP is being taken care of. Currently knowledge transfer is going on for next three weeks also.
Okay.
And once the process in HSBC is something like this, since it is a banking industry, it is going to be a very strict background verification. If anything you are missing, bank statement, pay slips, etc., the payments that you are mentioned from previous companies, it is rejected in the background verification after onboarding also. And a HSBC on kind of stuff, once that is done, HSBC will take 3 working weeks to onboard them. 2 working weeks from CG and 3 working weeks. Total, it will take 5 working weeks, around 45 days, actually just to onboard to HSBC banking.
Okay.
And this is a very long project. It's going to be run for a couple of years.
Okay.
That's why, and any banking, not only you, but any person actually is onboarding in HSBC India, it will take 45 working days. 45 days total, 1.5 month.
Okay.
That will take it. Okay, that's why the banking industry is very, very strict. And you need to be prepared with kind of stuff. Everything is under Red Hat Linux, whether it is AWS or GCP. But you will get a lot of Confluence pages where the architecture and DevOps kind of information is available and across multiple projects of HSBC, which is available freely. That you can understand. Okay, that is the kind of work. And the HSBC banking industry, first to understand and get the access in the banking system, it will take a lot of time. So no need to worry. On the day one, private banking, they will train you on that one. Kind of whoever is onboarded once they pass the second interview. But if it is a wholesale IT, no problem. But again, the onboarding will take place. Currently, because of background verification is failed, one guy is moved out of the project, moved out of the company itself, CG itself.
Okay, okay.
After working 3 months in this project.
Okay, okay. It is doing in Form 16 also. I am right now.
Yeah, Form 16 also, but whatever the salary, company's names should be genuine.
Okay.
And at the same time, the company's salary slips should be demand. Because some company names are in the blacklisted, they will probe more.
Okay, okay. Some activities.
Okay, so once some activities, if you are doing and not doing anything fraud, nothing to fear. What I'm saying, if you are manipulating the company because of the company salary and anything, then immediately that is blacklisted in Capgemini. So they will do the background verification more. They will ask you to come to bank to verify your bank pay slips and everything. If everything is smooth, nothing they will ask.
Okay.
They will say that actually 10 days actually everything is over. And after that 3 weeks it will take a PMO HSBC to do that one.
Okay, okay.
To onboard. I mean to say when I say to do that one, that is to onboard it.
Okay.
That is the kind of a process. Okay.
Okay.
And the responsibility will be the core DevOps that is do. Only thing is that actually for SRE profiles, not only DevOps, for SRE profiles, they must want Java 8, Java debugging, Java code deployment, that kind of stuff.
Okay, okay.
So So otherwise they won't even shortlist the interviews CVs also. These guys, because there is a private banking, there is a very strict instructions they are given. Security platform that is very sensitive information. Everything should be confidential and etc. So that way they are taking the stringent decisions about this. Okay. And the second thing, suppose if you are selected for private banking, I need to check with anyway. Since Java skill set is not there, so I can't recommend you to private banking, but they will reject in an interview. I need to check with others. But anyway, the way you are talking, suppose if you are selected, if any interview is happening, try to improve your communication. Telugu వారేనా మీరు కాకినాడ
అమలాపురం
అమలాపురమా ఓకే నేను తిరుపతి అనమాట అది 40 years బ్యాక్ వచ్చాను యూకే ఇక్కడ సెటిల్ అయిపోయాను చెప్పేది అంటే మీరు మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు చేస్తున్నారు కానీ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ విత్ యూ సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్ యు ఆర్ టాకింగ్ అది కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్ వచ్చి కొంచెం ఇంప్రూవ్ కావాలి, ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో. ఒకసారి ఆన్ బోర్డ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మనకేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు, కానీ ఇంటర్వ్యూ స్కిల్స్ లో వాళ్ళు వచ్చి బెంగాలీ వాళ్ళు వీళ్ళందరూ ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేస్తున్నారు అనమాట. సో వాళ్ళు అమ్మాయిలు ఒక 2-3 అందరూ కూడా సెకండ్ రౌండ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఉంది అని అంటే సపోజ్, సో కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్ మీరు టెక్నికల్లీ గుడ్, ప్రాక్టికల్లీ ఐ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ యూ కెన్ పుల్ ఇట్ ఆఫ్, but they are hard nuts to crack. They want specific answers.
Talk about that particular things in others, or I am attending the interviews. Yes, somebody say you can spoke in Telugu peoples. In that is the sentence are there in my side last end of the interview.
Yeah, that is fine. What I'm saying is actually, since they are North Indians, so they will talk in only English only. As per the HSPC language, because you need to deal with the communicate with the client also. What I'm saying is, when you are answering some questions, technically whatever it is, try to articulate the words properly, so that the other person can understand. And try to learn the terminology technically, whatever is there in AWS, Ansible, Jenkins, everywhere. Try to pronounce that particular terminology, which is a bookish language, we call it.
Exactly.
So then they will understand.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you are telling the same concept, you are replying everything properly. I can understand because by correlating your words with some other bookish words. But if they don't listen that words, they will jump to another question.
Yes. It is
they won't tell you anything.
Everybody is talking in different languages used, but practically is not doing that. You can enter this into the practical way. How that stuff is
but you have to use that particular terminology when you are using the practicals, and I have solved like this. What you are saying is, I am doing this, do you know something like that you are telling, which I need to understand your language in a different way. Okay, so that kind of stuff you need to be careful with the client interview. That is the only thing. Okay, I will give the feedback anyway. Thank you very much for your time. Any more questions from me?
No questions, Seva. Which place to work to you? Which place? Hyderabad?
No, I don't know. I am from London.
Okay.
No, I'm talking to you from London actually.
Okay. Is it which time?
It's the afternoon actually. It is around 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. It is the 7 now.
It's 4.5 hours difference.
Okay.
4.5 hours. Let's say. Okay.
We'll meet you soon. And God.
I hope actually it's not only that. Suppose if it is selected, I'll tell to the participants immediately what is the result. Usually, for private banking, I doubt because Java programming they require it.
Okay.
But I need to check with the client if they are okay, because DevOps guys is good, and as well as the cloud, I can tell that. Another one is a wholesale IT that can be replaced. You can be replacing one of the guy from Hyderabad only. You are from Hyderabad or somewhere else?
Yes, I am staying in Hyderabad also.
Yeah, Hyderabad and Pune, they are preferred HSBC because HSBC offices are there.
Okay.
And tomorrow, if they want you to come to any project office, then you can come. But this project is completely remote. CG is currently mandating couple of days actually to come to their office.
మీరు అంటే దేంట్లోకి వెళ్తే బాగుంటుంది అనేది ఇప్పుడు ఎస్ఆర్సి అంటే నేను చేయట్లేదు, దానికి ఒక రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఏంటి అని నాకు కూడా తెలియదు. అంటే ఏముంటుంది ఏంటి అంటే వాళ్ళు చేసే వర్క్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా డైరెక్ట్ మేనేజర్స్ తోటి క్లయింట్స్ తోటి వాళ్ళతోటి పైన హైయర్ మెజారిటీ తోటి వాళ్ళు కమ్యూనికేట్
సి
అవుతారు.
ఎస్ఆర్ఈ వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయాలంటే డెవాప్స్ తో పని చేయాలన్నమాట. కానీ ఎస్ఆర్ఈ ఏంటంటే కొంచెం హై లెవెల్. అదేంటంటే జావా డీబగ్గింగ్ ఈజ్ అ మస్ట్ అని పెట్టారు వాళ్ళు జాబ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లో నాకు. అందుకని మిమ్మల్ని వాళ్ళు మీకు ఎందుకు పంపించలేదంటే ఈ ఫన్స్ యువర్ డెవాప్స్ ఇస్ గుడ్ దే క్యాన్ పొజిషన్ ఎనీవేర్. సేమ్ ప్రైవేట్ బ్యాంకింగ్ లో డెవాప్స్ ఇంజనీర్స్ కూడా ఉన్నారు,
ఓకే
పొజిషన్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. హోల్సేల్ ఐటీలో డెవాప్స్ ఇంజనీర్ పొజిషన్ ఒకటి ఉంది అనమాట. సో వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ డెవాప్స్ ఇంజనీర్స్ కూడా వాళ్ళు ఇంటర్వ్యూ తీసుకుంటారు,
ఓకే ఓకే
ఎస్ఆర్ఈకే కాదు. సో
ఆహా.
ప్రస్తుతానికి వీళ్ళు రిక్రూట్మెంట్ టీం వాళ్ళు సిజీ నుంచి ఎస్ఆర్ఈ అని ప్రపోజ్ చేశారు. నేను అందుకని జాబ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ మీకు వచ్చిందా రాదా అని చూసుకుంటున్నాను.
ఓకే
దానికి మ్యాండేటరీ ఏంటంటే జావా స్కిల్ సెట్ ఈజ్ మస్ట్. పైథాన్ ఈజ్ గుడ్ బట్ జావా స్కిల్ సెట్ ఈజ్ మస్ట్. అండ్ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అండ్ యాజ్ వెల్ as డెవాప్స్ ఆల్సో కూడా తెలిసి ఉండాలి వాళ్ళకు ఎస్ఆర్ఈకి. సో ఆల్ స్కిల్ సెట్ ఆల్ రౌండర్ కావాలి వాళ్ళకు. దే ఓంట్ గెట్ ఇట్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇన్ ఇండియా.
నాట్ ఏ డెవలపర్ అండ్ ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంజనీర్ ఇస్ నాట్ ఏ
No,
డెవలపర్.
no. The thing is actually Java debugging, they said.
ఓకే ఓకే
To do the Java debugging, you should know the Maven repository, build tools, release tools, everything.
yes I am presently learning about python track.
Python. But Maven repository యూజ్ చేశారా మీరు?
yes
చూసారు కదా.
Yeah.
సో Maven repository యూజ్ చేసి వాళ్ళు దాన్ని కంపైల్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ జార్ ఫైల్ ఎలా డిప్లాయ్ చేయాలి, తర్వాత జావా కోడ్ లో వచ్చి ఎలా డీబగింగ్ చేయాలి, స్టాటిక్ కోడ్ అనాలిసిస్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ యూ షుడ్ నో.
ఓకే ఓకే
Some exception.
దానికి ఒక బిల్డ్ నెంబర్ కూడా జనరేట్ అవుతుంది సార్.
అవుతుంది. కానీ దానిలో ఏంటంటే మీకు చేయడానికి అది జావా అండర్స్టాండింగ్ తెలిసి ఉండాలి. సో దట్ డెవలపర్స్ మీరు అడ్వైస్ చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ తప్పు ఉంది, ఇక్కడ కరెక్ట్ చేయి అని చెప్పేదానికి.
ఓకే ఓకే
సో ఫర్ దట్ వాళ్ళు మస్ట్ ఏంటంటే జావా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఈజ్ అ మస్ట్, జావా డిప్లాయ్మెంట్, బిల్డింగ్, తర్వాత డీబగింగ్ అన్నారు. డీబగింగ్ చేయాలంటే జావా లాంగ్వేజ్ తెలియకుండా ఏం డీబగింగ్ చేస్తారు, చేయలేం కదా. అలాగే జావా కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అవన్నీ తెలిసి ఉండాలన్నమాట. అలా తెలిసి ఉండాలి అని అన్నారు కాబట్టి ఆల్రౌండర్ ఎవరికి దొరకరు క్లయింట్కు. క్లయింట్ కొంచెం పిచ్చోడు కాబట్టి వాడు నాకు అది కావాలి అని కూర్చోన్నాడు. సో వీ డోంట్ నో వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఇంటర్నల్ పాలిటిక్స్ అనేది. బట్ ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు పుట్ యూ అది ఫర్ ద డెవాప్స్ ఇంజనీర్. ఓకే,
మీరు
For myself.
ఎటువైపు పుష్ చేస్తారు అనేది నాకు కూడా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ లో ఏం జరుగుతుందో తెలియదు కదా. ఆ, అంటే ఇవి
ఎటువైపు నుంచి ప్రైవేట్ బ్యాంకింగ్ కానీ లేకపోతే హోల్సేల్ ఐటీ కానీ బోత్ ఆర్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ సేమ్. బికాస్ ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు ప్రైవేట్ బ్యాంకింగ్ వాళ్ళు మా దగ్గరికి వస్తున్నారు
ఓకే
ఫర్ డిఎస్పీకి.
ఓకే
సో అది చేసినా కూడా సర్వీసెస్ అంటే ఈ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ యూజ్ చేయాలి అనేటట్టుగా చేస్తున్నారు అనమాట వాళ్ళు. సో ఇట్ విల్ బి ఈజీ ఎనీవేర్ యూ ఆర్ దేర్. This problem is there. Less hassles are there with wholesale IT. More hassles are there. One more round of interview with the private banking. So I will try to put you actually where exactly you are there. But let's see. I will shortlist you on that one. Okay? Best of luck. And also ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ అన్ని అయిపోయిన తర్వాత కూడా వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చే ప్యాకేజ్ ఏంటి, మీరు డిమాండ్ చేసే ప్యాకేజ్ ఏం బట్టి కూడా ఉంటుంది ఆఫర్.
ఓకే ఓకే
సో సీజీ వచ్చి వాళ్ళకు 4 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కదా, వాళ్ళకు సర్టన్ క్యాప్స్ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. సో మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఆఫర్ ఉంది అంటున్నారు కాబట్టి సంథింగ్ ఇస్ అ బెటర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ అగ్రీ, వాట్ ఎవర్ క్యాప్జెమినీ అగ్రీస్, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ వన్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ టెక్నికల్. ఓకే, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్. ఓకే,
రౌండ్స్ లోనే అయిపోయింది అది. అంటే వాళ్ళు కూడా ప్రొడక్ట్ బేస్డ్ కంపెనీ.
వాళ్ళు product based company, but CG is not a product based company, you know that, right?
ఓకే ఓకే
It's a consulting company and working for like Wipro, like Infosys. CG also one of the, Capgemini also one of the things, but they are more towards HSBC. HSBC లో around 300 people ఉన్నారు from CG నుంచి,
ఓకే ఓకే
only for UK.
నాకు తెలియదు కదన్నా, అంటే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది బీకే అంటే మీకు తెలుసు కాబట్టి చెప్తున్నారు. బట్
చెప్తున్నాను నేను ఆల్ ద రౌండ్స్ ఇస్తున్నాను నేను, ఎందుకంటే కన్సల్టెంట్ ప్లస్ ద హెచ్ఎస్బిసి అకౌంట్. యూజువల్లీ హెచ్ఎస్బిసి అకౌంట్స్ చాలా లాంగ్ గా ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట.
ఓకే ఓకే
సో 2 years ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ అలా ఉంటాయి. బట్ యూ విల్ లెట్ ద లేటెస్ట్ టెక్నాలజీ లర్న్ చేసుకునే దానికి ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకే, సెల్ఫ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ గుడ్, బట్ దే ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ పీపుల్ హూ నోస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్స్.
ఓకే ఓకే
On top of it, you will be develop as a security and as well as architecture, everything. You will learn from other projects also, from the compliance pages and everything. That is the one. Okay?
ఓకే
Fine.
ఓకే
Fine then.
Okay,
Thank you very much for your time.
థ్యాంక్ యూ
And have a nice day. Cheers. Bye.
థ్యాంక్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ నైస్